President Uhuru Kenyatta was a brilliant man because he was able to forestall demonstrations before they happen. He was able to have a conversation with Raila Amolo Odinga. In fact, they say it was a surprise to many. And that's what leadership is. If you read The Art of War, you realize it's not about how many weapons. By the time you get to a point when you're engaging weapons and policemen and tear gas and fighting on the streets, you have failed as a leader. Most of the wars in this world have been won before they happen. Most of the problems in this country have been solved before they happen. So Uhuru Kenyatta was clever enough to see that this is a problem loading, and he attacked the problem before it happened, and he shook hands with Raila Amolo Odinga. You talk about corruption, did it decrease? You remember between 2013 and 2017, you used to have two things when you're going to watch news at 9 p.m. One, you needed a calculator, and two, you needed a handkerchief. Kwa sababu unahesabu pesa unalia. It was just in the billions, Aror, Kimwarel. All this nonsense happened during the first term of the Jubilee administration. In the second term, we were hearing a lot of complaints about people saying now they've been left in the dark, they are hungry, they don't have money, I don't know what. Raila Odinga has come, he has infiltrated government. But the truth is, nobody was fired, no minister was kicked out, no position was created for Raila Amolo Odinga. If anything, he was rewarded with a position at the African Union, outside of this nation. And there was peace for 5 years. And in fact, because records speak for themselves, there were more roads and there was more development that happened during the second season than during the first season. So what we are trying to say, that it is possible for these people to have a conversation around interests of the nation and be able to agree on something that works for this country without necessarily having to involve all these hardliners. Because some of these people have been careless in the way they talk, they are careless in the way they handle their own personal affairs, and they are careless in the way they handle the nation by extension. And you cannot therefore trust them with having a conversation that is going to build this nation. I have listened to some of these people speak, and sometimes I'm afraid to say, is this really the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya telling us that this nation is for shareholders, telling us that it's for those people who voted for UDA, telling us that if you did not vote for this government, you're going to be in the dark for I don't know how long? And now is that the person that you are trusting with handling demonstrations in this country against people that he believes are less Kenyans, they are not shareholders, people that he actually demeans on TV and speaks ill of? Let me tell you, the whole world there have been demonstrations happening on. But what have they been doing if you look at the UK? The police stand on the opposite sides of the road, and they allow demonstrators to be on the road. Why are the police on the opposite side of it? Because they are protecting public property. In our country, it's the opposite. The police go to the middle of the road, they block the road so that demonstrators can go on the sides of the road and cause havoc. And then you are there wondering, oh, what is happening? Why are these people breaking shops? Where did you want them to demonstrate from? Where did you want them to walk from? I have always said that it is possible to have demonstrations in this country that are peaceful. Again, I go back to the wisdom of Uhuru Kenyatta. Raila Amolo Odinga wanted to swear himself in as the people's president. And Uhuru Kenyatta had the opportunity, and he had the legal backing, because you cannot swear yourself in as president. He had everything, including the army. And he had the opportunity to actually now crush Raila Amolo Odinga for good. And he had the opportunity to send everybody to Uhuru Park, even aeroplanes, and because why? Because that's treason. But what did Uhuru Kenyatta do? He said, let us withdraw our police force. Let him swear himself in. And for the first time in the history of this nation, hata kifaranga haikuuliwa. Those guys saw themselves in. They danced. There was water, if you remember the Serena roundabout there. There used to be a spring of water there. They took showers there. They had leaves, and they went home. And when they got home, they realized that Raila has been sworn in, but he's gone to his current residence. And Uhuru Kenyatta remains the President of the Republic of Kenya, operating from State House. So it is possible to have peaceful demonstrations in this country if you withdraw the police from where everything is happening and put them to where they are supposed to be, which is protecting public property. But with the reasoning of the Gachagwas of this country, I don't think we are ever going to have peace, because they don't want peace. They believe in anarchy and chaos. And then as I come to an end, they allow their own leader of official, their leader of government business, their leader of majority in parliament, to actually come and tell the public that we are going to invade private land. He comes and says beforehand that we are planning to invade private land. He said that on national TV. And he said they're going to do it. And mind you, then it happens. And there's no police protection, and the police appear 24 hours later. And then that is supposed to be a responsible government? We are deeply worried.
They talk about, invasion